Hello everyone. So, we are busy with Skylar and Caleb's home renovation for their future playthrough. Now, you are going to notice that things are a little bit odd in this home. Well, apartment. This is a gallery build, not a gallery build, a EA build, sorry. It is an EA build, it is in the save as you get it from EA. It looks a little different though. There is a reason for this. I have attempted for the vast majority of today to record this video. This is the second apartment that I have been in, and not the first time that I have experienced technical difficulties and struggles with being able to get this up. I have already now tonight once again lost a good deal of time trying to redo this apartment because I keep having technical difficulties. The last one being I thought I was recording and somehow my OBS had decided to stop recording. I don't know why and I don't know exactly when. It also then restarted recording for a short portion of time and then once again just stopped recording. So I've kept those recordings should anyone be interested, if anyone wants to see me do these actual changes. But what I have done so far is very minor and very small, and like I said, I've done this so many times and I can't keep redoing the same thing over and over and over again, and I would rather just continue it and explain what I have done as best as possible so far and continue on with the build from there. Okay, kicking the music back off, trying to keep things upbeat. Right, so for our home reno, as I explained in our previous videos, we are focusing on Caleb's personality because this is supposed to be his apartment. So he's the focus. So what I'm going to do is lower the volume of this music, which I can't really do because it's already quite low. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to focus on him and his personality. If there had been a longer span of time, because I'm starting the playthrough out from the very start, well, not the very start, but from the start of Skylar moving in with Caleb. They barely know each other, they're acquaintances, strangers for all intents and purposes. She's not going to be reflected in this apartment very much, not even in her own bedroom, unfortunately, because bedrooms come furnished, so she's not going to really have much, you know. So this isn't going to be a cozy, comfortable space. It is going to be a more clinical, clean environment based off of like the background of what Skylar is supposed to be and where he is and where he comes from. If anyone is interested in the backstory, I will link the cast creation, which includes the backstory, at the end of this video, depending on how long this video takes and of course whether or not OBS chooses to behave. I would like to go into casts and maybe give Caleb a bit of an update. I spoke to MandyPants93 who did the backstory, and she of course gave me free reign to do with the storyline as I please, but she did indicate to me that in her vision of Caleb, she envisioned him to be slightly different in that he had a little bit of an each team. So he showed his perfectionism, but there was tweaks within him that weren't as perfect, that kind of hinted at his more, you know, mischievous side, which he's trying to hide and, you know, cramp down. Okay, so what I did so far. This little bathroom over here was not here. It was a tiny little space, basically, which was just unutilized, wasted space, which I decided to turn into like a little guest bathroom for any visitors that come over, and I will explain why in a second. The kitchen I left largely unchanged. I obviously made it a bit smaller to make the bathroom, and I changed the colors a bit of the countertops and, well, the counters as a whole. I changed the fridge out to a different fridge, and I changed these counters as well. I changed the bar stools because they had these really horrible bar stools in here, and I added different lights because I hated the lights. There was also 2 stoves for some unimaginable reason, so I took one stove out And there were two of the air vent things. I forgot what these are called. There were two of these as well, which I obviously removed one of for the reason that the other stove had been removed. I obviously cleaned out all the things that were in the living area and the dining room area. The dining room area was originally facing, let's just try and there. Was originally facing like this, more or less, which are it was a 6-seater dining room with seats on, well, 6-seater with seats on either side. But I honestly feel like it's very apparent with the fact that pretty much the walls are glass that this apartment building was built for view's sake, and I'd like to focus on that. So I decided to move the dining room for the time being to this space, and hopefully with it being in this space we will be able to it won't interrupt anything over here, and it'll also allow, realistically, if we were looking at realism, for the Sims or individuals to look out onto the view while they're eating, as opposed to bumping into each other, moving seats backwards and forwards and looking at nothing in particular. So that is the concept over here. Right. So what I was heading toward was the lounge dining area, and I've only started with this so far because I got sidetracked by the absolute ridiculousness of the fact that our TV stands are too large to fit in here, and the game keeps forcing me to put the TV stand through the window, and I can't do anything about that, which is really frustrating. So I'm trying to find a happy medium between trying to make things look modern and sleek, and not necessarily, like, I don't want things to be completely clinical, you know, but to make things look clean and sophisticated, and not just going all out black and white, if I can put it that way. So I like the idea of having this wood in here. It might look a little odd somewhere down the lines, but I do think it helps that the flooring is wood, so I'll probably keep the flooring wood. I might change the flooring to a different kind of wood, just because this wood seems a little stagnant. I also feel like they use different types of woods, if I'm looking at the pattern. Yeah, these are different kinds of woods, and that's, I guess it's okay, it's creative, but I just don't like it very much. It's too busy. Anyway, so I'm gonna do this. I don't know what we're gonna then do with the wasted space, but hopefully I'll be able to figure something out. Okay, let's get some seating in place. It's a pity they don't have a fireplace, I'm not gonna lie. Oh wait, they do, upstairs. Right. They have another seating area, by the way. This is the upstairs area, which we will get to. While I'm up here, I might as well explain the bathroom situation. So what I noticed when I checked out this place earlier is that there are two fairly decently sized bathrooms. One obviously really large and one smaller bathroom. And what I noticed with this was they're both individually separate bathrooms. They're not en-suites to any of the bedrooms, which I feel like is quite odd. And I just felt like it would make more sense to alter these fairly large, luxurious bathrooms into en-suites, personalized en-suites per person, especially if you're renting with someone else. I feel like it would be nice in such a, if you're in the fortunate position of being able to rent such a large space with multiple bathrooms, that you would have your own designated bathroom, that you don't have to share a bathroom with your roommate. So I figured I would rather change these into en-suites and make a smaller bathroom downstairs where they can have guests go to this bathroom instead of having to go through their bedrooms to use the bathroom as a guest. The other thing I mentioned in a previous video is, which you obviously now won't have seen, is there was like a tiny little desk area over here, which I thought was really cute, just under the stairs. I know it's kind of cramped and no gamer in their right mind would ever want to do this, but I really like the idea of just having the desk there. I felt like it at least utilized some of the space, and it looked cute, so I'd like to try and implement that again. Okay, Oh, and this area I'll explain in a second because I explained it in the previous video, but we'll just explain it again once I get there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of rushing because I'm scared OBS stops recording again, and I swear if it does, I'm just gonna give up on this video entirely. Right, we need some nice furniture. This looks stale. It's suited for like the environment, but it's not suited for this environment. That's too cozy. I'm about ready to take my glasses off as well because they are pressing into my head, which is not exactly what I want right now. It is causing a massive headache. Like I like this. Oh gosh, it looks so nice here, like this nice little teal color, and then you take it out and it's this weird green. But what I was thinking, right, I thought it was teal and I thought it would play nicely with this. But it still like blends in nicely with the black and the wood and all those things. I thought this would have worked really well if this freaking color was right. So that's unfortunate. Maybe there's another option, although I can't imagine what. And obviously, again, this is supposed to be primarily based around what a typical male's taste would be. I specifically say typical because obviously every person has their own taste, and there is no specific way of having a taste. I'm just generalizing by saying, you know, it's a typical male taste, so it's gonna be more geared toward, like, it's not going to be floofy like this, you know, like this really old school Victorian style. I don't see a man in Caleb's position going for something like that. Note, I specifically say in Caleb's position. See, this one's also like green. I don't know if it's the lighting. Could it be the lighting that's just changing the coloring? Is that even possible? I can't check it there. I just wish I could find one that actually, like, this is probably more the color I'm wanting. Yeah, this is the color I'm wanting, but on this couch. Great. Just great. It's always great when you find what you're looking for, but because of limitations of color, you can't actually use what you want to use. Because honestly, this one would be perfect, I feel like. You know, it has enough style to it to fit in with the more upper class vibe that we're supposed to be going for. But it's still, you know, comfortable enough that it doesn't look purely clinical and cleanly and things of that sort. But of course, trying to find... Everything's green, and I need it not to be green. Gosh. See, this is where it would have really helped to have the one thing that a vast majority of the community has asked for, being the color wheel, or even just an ability to change some things, or more swatches, or something. Because, I mean, it's so frustrating, because, like, this is now, again, the right color, but it doesn't really suit the aesthetic, and the legs are the wrong color, because I would need the legs to be darker for it to actually match this environment. Even this one, technically, in its current state, the wood would have needed to be darker, and obviously the cushions needed to be blue. But, of course, I am not... See, I could go with this. Oh my gosh, I hate this. I could go with this, but it doesn't work with what's going on, so I don't think I'm gonna go with that one at all. Man, I feel like it's between those two. This is too light. Yeah, that's... See, I don't want to go pure black. And I don't feel like this really suits the aesthetic either. So I'm having a really hard time just deciphering what to do with this right now. This one's also going to be green. Ew, very green. What on earth would this even be? Wow, okay. I mean, at least this gives us the advantage of having enough room for a coffee table. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna go with this just for lack of options. I don't know. Looking at it, like holistically looking at it, I feel like the green is probably the best way to go. I just wish that, you know, something fit in better. That said, I suppose looking like from the perspective of this wood to that wood, this one would actually be better. And I'm almost tempted to go with this one just because the green is just so out of place. At least with this and this, the blue kind of lines up. And the black on this one also doesn't line up with the black that's running throughout everything else. So I think I'm actually rather going to go with this. Even though it's not really what I would have wanted. Unfortunately, I don't think I've said this yet in this particular recording. Unfortunately, I don't want to say I don't like EA's pre-made content, but I'm not a fan of their content. In the sense that, as I said before, it's very difficult, like now, for me to match anything with the restrictions. So it's really hard for me to enjoy styling a home when it gets to a situation like this. And I know, like, I can see in my mind what would have worked and what would have been better, and there's nothing I can do to change what's happening here. So I just have to go with whatever, and it's somewhat frustrating. Okay, let's see about this and a nice carpet to hopefully pull things in together. I actually think a glass one would be best so that it kind of matches up over there. So I'm probably... Is this supposed to be glass? Okay, that's... Okay. Probably gonna go for something with glass. I think this one's supposed to have like a built-in fireplace or something, isn't it? That doesn't match at all, does it? Nope. Okay. Austin answered. See, this again now looks so out of place in this particular area. Just because everything else seems to be focused more toward the wood section. And the rest is black. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to put a glass thing in here. Just because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find something that matches the aesthetic. I also hate that I currently can't change my angles on whilst I'm in this mode. I'm just going to put that there. So I can't... Wow. That is enormous. Good grief. So I can't really do things the way I want to do them right now. I might just use this one. At least it's still like keeping within nature, if I can put it that way, with it being like the black stone. So stone and wood. And then that kind of ties it in with the other things. Yeah, I am kind of just going with that now, to be honest. Right. Let's make sure they have a hi-fi or some way to play some music. I think this is going to be too... Yeah, it's too tall. Like... Well, it's fitting. It literally fits. So, I guess that works. Let's see if I can find a decent rug. Let's see. Obviously, I'm gonna need to try and find something to tie this section in with what's happening here. And I know there's now this giant space here, and I'm honestly unsure of what to do with it. I have absolutely... Oh my gosh, yes, let's just do that. We're not doing that. I don't... I really don't know. I mean, this could work. Just to tie in, like, the darker edge of things that way. That kind of works. We can move this to... Gotta do the old situation again. I mean, that kind of works. I might need to just change this up. Just so that it's not so lost. I suppose this works. It's usable. And at this point in time, honestly, I'm so stressed that this is gonna stop recording that I actually just kind of want to get this finished before it just stops recording again. So I'd rather take something done than just midway stopped recording again. Okay, so in keeping with the whole glass theme, I think I'm gonna try and do a glass setup here. Just so that it keeps some continuity from this area. And then try to get this to just sort properly. I feel like this is probably the best, just a standard, your everyday kind of desk. I'm gonna give them a regular PC and not a laptop, because I don't want them walking off with the laptop. Come on, come on. There we go. And obviously it's dark there, so we're gonna need a little lamp. I've already placed the lighting for this area. I'll probably add some more lights here. I'll explain why. But I'll probably add some more lights there. I am playing in night just because it forces the lights to come on. So I can actually see what effect the lights are having. Right. Slowly settling back down into this situation. No. No again. Okay, you can't really see the light there, but that's alright, I suppose. Is that light even still on the table? Because I can't tell if that light's even still on the table. Hanging on by a thread on the table. If I move it in though... Okay, that's better. I'll rather do it that way. I have the urge to put flowers or something over here, but then I realized that I'm styling for Caleb. And I can't imagine Caleb putting flowers down. So... unfortunately, I can't put flowers down or really pretty the space up in any way. And make it feel cozy. Oh, okay. It's okay. One day we'll get there. Like I said in my previous video, and again, there might be things that I repeat now in this video because I've recorded this so many times or started recording so many times that I've lost track of what I have and haven't said. And I really would like to get this recording up and out, and I don't want to keep losing time. So what I said in the other video was that I'm hoping that over time, obviously Caleb and Skylar are destined to have some or other romantic relationship. And when she comes in, obviously nothing's going to be set up for her. It's going to be set up for him, as it would be in a normal circumstance. And what I would like to see down the line is that part of her personality eventually starts showing through, and that part of her personality eventually becomes part of the home, and that in so doing things will change in the home. So there will be changes of, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this because who puts this through a wall, but I'm also having a hard time finding something that works. So part of that change will obviously be that she, you know, she'll make the place feel more like a home and less like a place that is only being used for necessity. You know, it is a living space and nothing else. Don't like it, but gotta do it because I don't know what to put here actually. I want to put something in here just to like make it feel, I don't know, again like it's still part of this area but not. So I'm trying to just connect it with the black little carpet, although most people with a rolling chair would never use a carpet. While it's great to prevent you from rolling, if you are like me and you actually like to use your wheels to roll around, this is just nightmare. But yeah, that's the best I can come up with right this very second. What I would like to do, what I think I'm going to do for this area is, I know EA has a significant amount of fairly large pot plant flowers like this one right over here. So I think I want to put something like this in here just to, again, it's to fill the space obviously from one end, but it's also because it will bring some life to all the just darkness and lack of color, and also tie in the fact that there's wood throughout this entire freaking thing. And this one is actually ironically kind of perfect because it's got the wood and the black. So I don't know how practical this is going to work out in game, but I do feel like it fills up the space nicely, and it also just adds some color, it brightens it up, it ties in the wood and the black and all those things. So I'm just going to go with that one. Right, what I wanted to do in this particular nook was to make it a reading corner, because you've got this beautiful view that you can look out onto. You have the bookcase over here. This is the EA bookcase. I'm going to replace this obviously because this looks very out of place, but it does feel to me like this is just a really nice area to be able to sit and read and relax. So that is what I'm going to do. So first things first, let's get in a new bookcase, and then we'll find some somewhat comfortable seating and work with that. So bookcases first. We have a significantly large space here, so I feel like we can go with quite a big bookcase, which is not a luxury we normally have in a house. So I almost want to do this one, but I feel like it's too much. That's also way too much. Honestly, the first thing I saw was this one, and I kind of just want to go with this one. Is this some kid stuff? It is. Okay, we're not doing that one. Never mind. It's white again. This is a lot of white. I want to add some more lighting in this space as well. You can probably do this like really... Ooh, this one actually might work. Yeah. It's so modern that I'm a bit concerned that it's going to contradict what's going on here with the wood situation. But then this is also modern, so I don't know. Now we all know why I'm not an interior decorator. But I think this is fine. It works the best in the space if I'm looking at what's available to us. And I also think it's, you know, it's color appropriate. So I'm just gonna go with this for now. I'm gonna stick to a round carpet. I feel like this suits the situation better. So I'm gonna stick to a round carpet if I can find a nice one. I mean, I know which one we had, and I could probably reuse this one, which might be the best bet. Maybe like a lighter tone. It's white. I mean, might not be the worst option. Let's give him a freaking... Gosh. Oh no, we're not going to do that one. Don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with this. It just doesn't suit the particular requirements here. Could do this. I think we might just do this. I think this is gonna be our best bet. Right. Like I said, I'm so sorry if I seem rush right now. I'm just so worried that this randomly cancels this recording again, and I really don't want to lose progress again. I'm trying so hard to get this. I just don't want to keep losing progress. Every single time I make a little bit of headway, and as I said, at this point in time, I feel like if this cancels one more time, I'm literally giving up on this video, and I'm not going to try again. I'm not going to do it again. I'm just going to leave it, because this has become so exceedingly frustrating at this point. Okay, enough of, I'm trying really hard not to rant and rave out of frustration about what happened with this stupid freaking recording. Don't like this too much, but it's okay, because I think this will work. Like, at least be a little reading nook with the ability to look out. That is the whole purpose of this nook, the ability to look out into the view. So I think this works, and then I'd like to just add a lamp in, because obviously as a reading nook, it makes sense to have a lamp. Again, trying to find something that works for both spaces. And when I say both spaces, I mean, I feel like this is its own space separate from like the rest of the living dining room area. So I just wanna maybe go through this route. I don't know how many of the lights are excluded if I do it that way. I could probably use this and just do like the darker wood, but it doesn't fit in at all. These are all really light tones. Maybe this one could work. Yeah, I suppose this works. Kind of in your face, but I think that's an okay reading corner, considering. Like, my dream reading corner would not look like this. Mine would be cozy and all warm, cozy, fuzzy vibes, but, you know. Okay, so the terrace is obviously meant to be more of a visitation area. I get the concept of these plants, obviously, but I also kind of hate them because they look like death. Like, they really just kind of look dead. I also hate these. So I'm gonna leave the grill. Whatever with the grill. So I'm gonna leave that there. And the other thing I'd like to do, oddly enough, just because I feel like it could work nicely for this, and especially given, you know, apartment buildings, is to do one of the hanging or upright planters, just so we can have a bit of a more, you know, some greenery if one of them happened to take an interest, which would be nice, although I don't see either one of them having an interest in it. Also not finding the planter. Why is this? I've used it before, and yet right now when I'm trying to find it, can't find it. This is what happens all the time. I'm trying to focus on the music because I'm so stressed right now, just worrying about this recording and whether or not it's actually holding. I'm not finding this freaking thing. I know which thing it's from, but oh, it's the planter, right? So let me just search in the planters. Maybe, oh my gosh, of course it'll only give me that one. And that is not what I was looking for. It's because it was an outdoor activity. Here it is. This is what I was looking for. Okay. Now that I can stop obsessing over that, I see these things down here as well, so I don't think I'm going to change this up too much, just because there is supposed to be some, you know, uniformity. So I'll leave these as they are, as in let them exist, shall I rather say. But I'm just going to change up the terrace a little bit. So if they have a semi-decent, comfortable outdoor seating, then I'd like to put some comfortable two-seaters out here instead of the two single-seaters. Why is this the only one that's like... Why? Please explain why. Okay. Purple, red, and black. Like, we could do something like this. It would match this thing, but like... It's very long and cumbersome, and I'm not really enthused by it, to be entirely honest. That just looks exceedingly uncomfortable. Oh, actually, that's a fair enough point that I just had thought of. I'd rather use the glass. Just because of the fact that, and yes, I know I could create one by using poles and whatnot and things, but I don't want to. I would rather use this glass one or this glass one just to tie it in a little bit with like the interior, with the glass on the interior. So I think we'll rather do that. I know I'm continuing the black and white theme. I'm really not wanting to continue the black and white theme. I'm just at a loss for proper color variations. That is what I am. I'm at a loss of what to do to get a proper variation of colors that doesn't feel out of place with the entire view of like the whole so far downstairs area. So I am just trying to get that sort of lined up, if I can put it that way. Okay, I want to also then... I mentioned in a previous video having the little tea thing. So I think I'd like to actually add that in this area. So let's put this down here, and at least then there's some wood to tie into the main area again. And I'll put the little tea tray on there. And then those other chairs which are here, I just felt like were enormous. So I would rather use these chairs for this particular purpose. And I do feel like this positioning of these is actually kind of perfect, because with it being as it is, it's now not blocking their view if they're looking out here. And as it stands right now, I actually like the way this looks because there's some proper space. And anyone who knows me in real life knows that I live in a small-ish space. It's not like super tiny, it's just small. And I'm constantly tripping over my dog because she takes up an entire floor, or I'm running out of storage space, or just space in general. So the concept of just more space, like not necessarily like exceedingly I don't know what to do with myself space, but just maneuverability type space appeals to me immensely. So yeah. Okay, so what I want to do here is just grab one of these tea trays. I feel like summer drink tray or a luxe drink tray. Let's face it, we're supposed to be super bougie, and you know, the flower seems out of place, but it is meant to be like a super bougie kind of atmosphere here. Why? Why can you not go on the table? Why does this not go on a table? What is this? Can you only go on a counter? Can you go on this table? No? Oh, I didn't have it. Oh my freaking word. Well, we will make you float on the table then, if you insist on being so unnecessary. Float on the table then, since you want to be difficult. I don't like doing that, but psh, options. Okay, so I think that's all we're gonna do really here. I don't think there's too much more to do other than there isn't really lighting out here, is there? There's zero lighting out here. Okay. Let's just see if we can get some lighting on these fences. That was the wrong spot. I want to go there. I can't actually recall now which of these might actually work. Excuse me. I might actually just use these, to be honest, because I don't think any of these, yeah, they're not gonna go on here. And I don't, oh, well, I mean, this is an alternative. We can literally light the whole space up if I'm able to. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. It's weird, but I kind of like it. Oh wow, okay, no, that's too big. I think I'm actually gonna do that, to be honest. I actually really like the idea of just using these in as the poles and just having the light built into the pole. And now it's just lit up all over the show, which I actually really, really like. There you go. And that's our terrace area. Now for the main spaces. The bedrooms. Okay. Another bookshelf. And the same bookshelf, actually, that we have downstairs, which I think makes things somewhat more relatable. So at least it ties in with each other. I think this fireplace is fine. You know, we have a fairly modern environment, so the fireplace is fine. The picture, like, I wouldn't know what else to put in here other than another TV, perhaps, which might not be a terrible idea, considering they're gonna be renting the space and sharing the space. So yeah, maybe. But then again, I see, gosh, they've got fireplace there. I just realized that this might actually be the better bedroom, but I'm still gonna give this to Skylar because I can give her her own TV then, which I feel like makes sense. You know, if you're the owner of the home, you can go watch TV in the main place because it's your space. But you know, as the tenant, it's just, you know, if you want to watch something on your own, then you would watch it here. I'm also looking at this mirror and thinking it would be great if we could maintain this mirror, because again, I feel like obviously the space is going to be set up to what would have been Caleb's taste, or perhaps Caleb's parents' taste more accurately. So it's not necessarily going to call for Skylar's taste, but I feel like this tiny mirror kind of leans more toward her with her vampiric background and her, like, obviously more old school type background. So I would really like to hold this mirror. I might just push it back so it's not so laying in the middle of nowhere. Right. So this space. Honestly, I don't know what to make of this space, because we have a reading nook, which I really like, and I could probably ridiculously turn this into like a semi-home gym, which I almost want to do. And the reason for this is because, again, Caleb is expected to be perfect, and perfection entails both mind and body. And I feel like for that reason, he might have a dedicated space where he would, you know, go to work out and exercise. And we could put that in his own room. There is certainly enough space for it. But again, I am going to change things up a bit. And I feel like part of that change might be to turn this into a gym. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this whole space into a gym. Unfortunately, that means that Caleb is going to lose to the fireplace, which is sad for Caleb. But Skylar gets to keep a fireplace, so that's nice. Sorry for you. You get a gym, you lose a fireplace. Unfortunate. So I'm just going to take all of this out. So much for my connectivity thing with bookcase. Pfft. Oh well. What is this floating here? What? Wait. Is this... I think that's from the outside. I'm not going to get rid of that. Okay. Any more pictures up on the walls? Yes. We're also going to get rid of these doors, because these doors are not going to be wanted in this space anymore. So we're going to get rid of the doors, which will also open up more space for the gym. And yeah. Okay, so obviously I would not have a gym with wood flooring. So this will need to be changed. I also think that because we've changed this to a gym, that instead of having the archway, we can rather have the double doors. So let's get those in there. I think it was about there, the double doors. I mean, I could have actually moved them up, to be honest. There we go. I also know I haven't done anything to the walls down here. I acknowledge this. I know this. I'm not going to. For the simple reason that, honestly, I don't hate the walls with the design as it is. So I'm not going to do anything to the walls downstairs. And because of that, I'm also not going to change this area upstairs. Which area is... wait. This area upstairs in terms of the walls. I'll do so for the bathrooms and the bedrooms and such if necessary, but I'm not going to change the main walls so that they have some interconnectedness with the downstairs area. Okay, gym area. So obviously for the gym area, we're going to want some more, you know, functional lighting and not necessarily pretty lighting. So let's just get to can't read lighting. Okay, so for the functional lighting, I kind of feel like I'm just going to use these standard tiny lights, which I think everybody uses, but they are the most convenient in all honesty. So I think I'm just going to go with these lights. And I mean, you only need basically one, so yeah, I think we'll just keep that one in there because don't really need more than that. So we'll just do that. Right, now for the gym equipment. My dumb gym equipment is here, right? For a moment my brain just completely forgot where to look for gym equipment. Okay, so with us having our gym equipment, what would be your standard gym equipment? Weights, treadmill, boxing, a punching bag I don't feel like is a standard thing, but I think for the Sims it kind of is, to be honest. Yeah, I think those three are like the main things that we'll need to have. So I'm not going to put a freaking climbing wall in here that's enormous and just completely nonsensical. So I'm not going to do that. If my voice is loud, it's because I'm leaning closer to the mic. I'm so sorry. We could do the training dummy, but I don't know how... You know, as a person who's supposed to be striving for perfection, a training dummy for fighting, as in pure fighting, I don't see that, you know, being the way Caleb's parents would have gone if it was them that purchased the place and furnished it. So, and being that he's like trust fund kid story, you know, I would believe that his parents initially got him the place. I really want to try and change up coloring, at least in this area, because we've got so much of the same coloring downstairs, which is perfectly alright. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But I do want to expand somewhat on the coloring and get just anything else in here. Let's see what other options we have for our other things. I think this is the one I pretty much go with all the time because it's the cheapest. I think I'm gonna just go for something that's not the cheapest for once, because every other sim save I have in like my personal saves, it's always the cheapest items that I can get. Those are the ones I go for. And I think this is one of the few instances where I'm going to have the opportunity to go for something a little bit more extravagant and, you know, get something more expensive. So I think that is what I'm going to do. Red seems to be the color for this area, so I'm just rolling with it at this point. I'm not going to question it or get too involved in it, really. And then what I also want to do for these two particular areas ridiculously, but again, we are talking about people with big money and they have money to waste. So the song just went to one ear and I don't like it. Please go back to both ears. Okay, just no. Don't be in one ear. I hate when it does. I hate when music does that. Just unless there's a reason for it, there's no reason to do that to anybody. Okay, I think we're just gonna go with like a standard regular size TV. Standard regular size TV. For them to watch whilst exercising, because that's what people with money can afford to do. So, you know, and we'll put some speakers. Should we put some speakers up in here? I feel like if you have a TV, you don't really need the speakers, technically. But we'll put the speakers in, I suppose. Again, they have the money to waste, so why wouldn't they? And I still need to just change things up a bit in here as well, so we'll get to that in a moment. Okay. I'm gonna go back to our classic black for the speakers. And of course I need to do that. Obviously it's not an enormous space, so I don't see a need to have like 50 million speakers in here. I think this should be sufficient to cast sufficient sound throughout the house. The house, probably throughout the little gym area. Okay, now into our actual build buy. So like, here's the thing, I don't actually have anything against the concept of having the wooden flooring for the gym area. I just don't know if tiling would be better or not, to be entirely honest. But I suppose I've committed to tiling, so let's do the tiling. But maybe we can just find... Whoa. We can find something... Oh, whoa. See, this is where the issue comes for me when it comes to... This is so boring. It's boring, it's functional, it's probably suited for a gym. Let's face it. It's boring and it's functional, but that's probably the best way to go for gymming. We don't need tiled walls, maybe just some painted walls. I mean, technically these are fine for the gym as well, but I just really want to get some change happening here. I feel like this whole situation has just been me being like, yeah, I'm kind of over this. And I actually genuinely enjoy remodeling homes. It's just this particular situation that has me so frustrated. So I'm trying really hard to enjoy this like I would ordinarily, but I'm stressed that the recording's just suddenly gonna stop. That makes it worse. You know what, I'm actually just gonna leave it like this, because honestly I don't see anything wrong with having wood paneled walls in a gym. Ugh, gosh. Yeah, well, I mean, you're not showering there, so you're not going to have water condensation and all other kinds of nonsense against the walls that you ordinarily get if you were to shower or get things wet, you know? So I don't really see any real reason why this couldn't just stay wood paneled and just change the flooring, actually. So I am honestly just gonna leave it like that. I had an idea for this area 2 seconds ago. What's happening? I had an idea for this area 2 seconds ago and I've clean forgotten what it was. And I'm hoping it comes back to me. But right now, no freaking idea. It might just end up being a blank space with a kissed type idea and a carpet, and that be that. But for now, they have their little gym area. We need to still do the 2 bedrooms, the bathrooms. This seems to be his walk-in closet of sorts. And I am going to make him his own little study in his room, probably in this section here that seems somewhat wasted, so that he can, you know, work in privacy and not necessarily have to use the downstairs computer. I might convert this into a computer space for her as well. I know that seems like an excessive amount of computers, but A, computers break, and B, I also feel like when it comes to the guests, I think they last said that they fixed this in the last patch. I can't remember, or it's one of the mods that I read and are supposed to have in my game but don't currently have in my game. They fixed the whole thing, but from what I can recall, guests have this tendency to enjoy just randomly walking into your house and sitting behind your computer for no reason. So if my sim needs to do work or something, I have to go through a bunch of motions and actions to get them away from the computer so that my sim can use the computer for whatever they actually need it for. So I just want to take away the possibility of having to deal with all of that. I am going to try as well in Caleb's room to maybe reference some of his mischievous side, just so that we can get an inclination toward it, and not just, because obviously his parents would have put things together, but if he's been living here, there's going to be some signs somewhere of him misbehaving. So I do want to try and get that together for him. And that is the other thing which I also considered, is that maybe, I think I said it in the cast as well, that maybe Caleb enjoys hacking, and that maybe that's part of his, you know, mischievous side. And I've got mods that allow for like little money bag things, and I almost want to do like maybe his, oh man, you know, I should have made him a kleptomaniac. That way he could have, like, that could have been his part of his mischievous side, is that he's a kleptomaniac and he can't help himself. Because I feel like that would have actually probably been a smart move to make, but it's a bit late to think of it now. I mean, I can go back and change his traits, probably, as he, I mean, I did say in the cast that I would like to change his traits as time goes by to accommodate for changing personalities. So he comes more into himself and acknowledges himself more. So maybe that's something I can change to over time. But yeah, I think for now we're probably just going to leave it as it is, to be honest. Oh gosh, it's so much dark coloring. See, that's like too much wood on wood, and I don't really like that concept. Why is it all looking yellow? It all looks yellow. Could just be me, but it all looks yellow. Decorations, please. Decor, decor, decor. Why is this hard? There we go. Another carpet. So, carpets. That's not really big enough. Also, I find with spaces like this, I'd rather put down a round carpet like that than put down a square carpet or a, like something like this, because it just, I don't know. Like, you can, it'll work fine. I don't know. I just prefer something else. I'm just weird that way. What is this? Yeah, sure, let's do that. I'm really wanting to add some color in, I just don't know how. Everything's turning out so monotone, and I like it because it's my style, but I'm also like, I'm doing an injustice to this whole situation of, you know, doing a remodel and doing a whole home reno, because it's just not exactly what I wanted here. I'm also starting to lose my voice because I've been redoing this so many times. I mean, that kind of works. Not exactly, but kind of. I think that's what I already had, but oh well. I can't see. Yeah, there's no others that have that shape. That's kind of unfortunate. I would have liked to see some potential for some other options, but okay, we'll just go with this then. We can't really do anything here because we're gonna block things off. Can, however, maybe just put a... I mean, I'm fine with the lights being what they are, I suppose. It's... Actually, now that I think about it, all the other lights throughout the house are fairly modern, aren't they? So these don't really make sense. So I'm gonna need to update these lights to something more modern. What I might do for this particular area, I think, instead of actually putting down any lights, and this is something I don't ordinarily do, instead of actually having any hanging light, completely against realism here, I think I'm actually just going to have lamps and wall lights, because honestly I just want to try and find ways to bring color into the areas and some semblance of, I don't know, just life. I just feel like it's a very lifeless environment, and I get that that's like what I was going for, but I also feel like, good grief, you know, there's lifeless and then there's just completely lacking in any creativity. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't really know. So I just want to maybe get some things down here and there. Like, I am trying to keep in mind that obviously the idea is that his parents were involved in picking out the place and furnishing the place and whatever. So there are going to be some things here and there that might not necessarily, oh my gosh, align with his specific personality. But it's still, you know, well, I mean, it's nothing's going to align with his personality because of the backstory. But it's still there. It's still, you know, there's still some homey vibes. Like, his mother would have at least been involved. And let's face it, the idly rich, they have a good eye. Or normally, I shouldn't put it that way, but they normally have a good eye. Which means that they have a way of styling things in such a way that even if it isn't necessarily homey, it's not entirely unwelcoming, if I can put it that way. So I feel like if his mother had been involved, because it is particularly mothers, like the females of the high class, if she had been involved in just putting together how things should be, then probably there's going to be some little things like this just to brighten up the area. I don't like this painting. What are the options for this painting? I also realized those are lights, and I absolutely despise this lights. This isn't an option. Oh wow. Okay, well, I do not like this. It also doesn't match the carpet whatsoever. Maybe this one would be better. Yeah, that at least sort of has a color match, and it matches the plot really well. Weirdly. Let's get rid of these. And go back to lighting. And our wall lights, and see if we maybe have something similar to those. Maybe these. The half sconces could even work. Just as a general idea to like align something. I kind of feel like these are my best bet, and that's somewhat depressing if I'm being honest. Sheesh. Okay, these actually, they sort of match what's going on downstairs as well, so I think these are perhaps my best bet actually. That does not really line up the way I'd hoped. Trying to see if they're all on the same level. I think they are. And I might just do away with one of these because it's a bit excessive. But that should be a sufficient amount of light in the area. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hate this. And I don't know why. Like, I liked it, and now I don't, and I don't know why, but I also don't know what to do in this space. Just to make it seem more inviting, welcoming, less empty and blank. So many things that I could say right now. Back to decor. I'm just not finding something suitable for that space. I mean, I could maybe do this, but it just seems so redundant? Something like this, maybe? It still seems redundant. I mean, maybe I could just put something in there as well, just to... Like, I don't want to go overboard, but I also feel like we need something here. I think this needs something. So what I might do, just to tie things in, again, trying to tie things in, is just add this up here as well. So it kind of matches those, and it also just fills the space, ties it in a bit from the things downstairs. Maybe we can alter the coloring a bit. I could do the white one, but it's not the same shade of white. So I actually think just sticking to the original one from downstairs is going to be better. And then adding, apologies for the sniffing sounds you're about to hear. My sinuses are currently closing. It is that time. So there isn't really much I can do about it. And I'm just trying to breathe and not make my headache worse. What timing for this? Can maybe just lighten it then with this. So many different shades of white. Seriously? Could we not? Could we just be like, why? Why is there so many different shades of, like, it couldn't just be white. It has to be 5 different shades of white. Because now it makes it 20 times harder to find just one thing to match that color. Oh my gosh. It's not even white, it's yellow. Or is it just me? It looks... Oh my gosh, no. This is adorable, but it's not suitable for this particular bulb. Maybe the... Oh my gosh, this is far bigger than I anticipated. That is not what I meant to do. Gosh. Are you at least something? Anything that I can use? Not really. I'm gonna have to just make a choice here and go for something more or less suitable. Story of this entire freaking video. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to use here. Is this one also so huge? Kind of unfortunate. I think it actually almost suited, which is even more unfortunate. And I don't think it's the lighting that could be causing it, but honestly, who knows? It's also going to be big, isn't it? No, this is actually the small one, which would be helpful were it not for the fact that I suppose that will just have to do. That's gonna annoy me. I kind of hate this. It needs to be the rectangular one. It doesn't work with that one. Oh. I don't think this one's gonna work either, is it? I mean, it might. But it just, that's so much. I nearly deleted a whole room. I've done that so many times in my personal saves. It's not even funny. Okay, I am steadily losing my mind. No. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this. Like, I know that's not at all what one would picture in Caleb's life, but I don't know what to do there, honestly. Okay. Bathroom. Let's first and foremost ensure that they have a way to get to said bathroom. and then get rid of all of these freaking lights. Look at this, like 20 different kinds of lights. Why? None of them really relate to each other. They're just like a million different lights. I'll probably keep the placement because I think the placement is pretty much the best we're gonna get here. Oh gosh, everything's going wrong right now on my end. Sorry. Okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to change too much in the closet, minus the fact that I actually hate whatever is happening here. Because no one would do that realistically on glass. So I'm taking that away and we'll do this. Because I understand the concept of why these are here. And I don't really want to cut off their view. So I will embrace the blinds even though I generally don't. Purpose of that anyway. Okay, so we've now got the bathroom open. Bathroom still has light in it, so I actually don't mind these lights in the bathroom. At least they're more in line with what's running throughout the rest of the house, so I actually don't mind these too much. It's gonna be a very well lit toilet. Okay, so the funny thing here for me, right, is this whole space here where they could have put a shower, but for some reason didn't. So I am partial toward the concept of having both a shower and a bath. That's just a personal preference. So I am gonna do that, and I also feel like this particular bathroom seems quite modern. So this mirror I will change to a more modern mirror. Okay, so let's get a shower in here. I'm not gonna lie, from the look of what I saw of Skylar's bathroom, I don't think there's gonna be too much in there that I'm going to change. I actually like the bathroom the way it is for her. Just like with his as well, I don't see too much wrong aside from the fact that I'd like to redo the walls. Maybe update, because I'm not really sure what flooring this is. And yeah, there's not really too much worth doing, I feel like, in this particular instance. Like I could get the little poof thingy back. Maybe we should just do that actually. Get this thing back. Maybe just relocate it, that it's not pretty much in the door and it's more like centered between the shower and the bath. So, you know, if he's showering or bathing, he can just go either way there. And then, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do too much in the bathroom. I honestly don't mind the bathroom too much. So I'm probably just going to leave that as it is. Walls. Actually, let me do walls first. Because the tiles are... There isn't many options for tiles. Make like a pure white tiled room, imagine. But actually I don't mind doing that for the walls. And then maybe oh geez, maybe a darker tile for the floor, but I don't want to have something so busy. And this feels very busy. Okay, that's not as busy. I could change this, but honestly, yeah, we'll just make it a bit lighter. I think that's really all that I'm gonna do. And fix this wall. Yeah, I don't think there's much to do otherwise. I would change these as well to like actual curtains. But my thing with that is that's a lot of water to be had around a bath. I mean, a lot of water to be had around a bath. The bath is going to produce a lot of water and steam and whatnot, and those curtains are just gonna get musty as all heck. So I think we'll probably just leave those. I might just change the color in a sec. I just want to put the mirror in. Something more modern and sleek and less old school, can I say? I don't think any of these are floor mirrors, like as in standing mirrors though. I think this is the only one. It's like the cheapest one. I mean, we go with this one maybe. Yeah, I think that's better for him personally, and for the more modern styled bathroom. Okay, yeah, definitely gonna do these black. There we go. That I feel like looks fine. I'm okay with that. Now, his room. His room, of course, needs some remodeling. I cannot remember what his colors were that he liked. I'll change things up if I have to down the line. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I had the thought of putting putting a voodoo doll in here for him, but I just realized that's debug and I can't remember the debug cheat because I never used to use it until recently. So I might actually have to forgo that option for now until I'm actually in game and I can go check out debug again. I'm just scared if I alt tab out, something's gonna mess up the recording. So I'm playing it safe and I'm refusing to do that. Let me just get some lights in here quickly so I can actually see what I'm working with. Again, I'd rather stick to some actual, like, fairly decent lighting. I think what I'm... gosh, can't actually... There's no wall space in here. I was gonna try and use the same things as what we're using in there. But I think maybe our best bet will be to go for these again. And get some white ones this time. And we can just light up his entire life, pretty much. I'm gonna take this out because I prefer having, you know, the spaces more or less aligned with each other. There we go. So I know there's like this patch of just nothingness here. Again, there's so many things where there's just a patch of nothingness that I don't know. There's gonna be plants around, even though it won't necessarily be because he wanted them. There's gonna be plants around. Okay. He would obviously have a fairly decent bed. This is going extravagant. This is, I believe, what this one already is. Yeah, this is already what this one is. I so badly wish that I could remember what his favorite colors were. I don't think I'm gonna do this one though. It's very old school, and looking at like the bathroom next door is not that old school. So I think we'll rather do something like that, which is more modern. And I actually don't mind the concept of making it lighter pastel colors in here, just because the bathroom is so dark. So it's a nice contrast. I actually think we'll just leave this carpet. Maybe just something like that, so it's a bit darker, nothing too serious. Get rid of these and replace them with something more modern again. Just a block of wood. Looking at what we've got. Here we've got white there, so I think we'll do these two. And then this situation must go. Goodbye. Again, I want to give some indication of his actual behind the scenes personality. So it's kind of hard to do though in this particular instance, because how exactly do you Gonna put that there for now. Because I feel like that at least represents more of his, you know, it's not exactly classy, but it is him-ish. You know, like maybe he wants to go clubbing, he wants to enjoy his life, you know, things like that. Instead of just doing what his parents told him to do. This is a very pretty painting. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna stick to that because I can't think of any of these kinds of pictures that are going to portray any indication of him having a side that isn't so perfect and isn't so seeking perfection. So I think we're just gonna do it like that. I understand it's out of place, I know, but it's meant to be. Just bear in mind it's meant to be. Do we have some standing lamps in here, like side lamps? Because for some reason this does not account for those kinds of lamps. Actually this one could work alright, except for the fact that the blue isn't exactly what I would have wanted. So that. Maybe even something as simple as this could work. What is with these lights? Why are they all turning some strange hue? Am I picking lights that are off the grid, so they're like fire lights, and that's why they keep casting this odd kind of light? Because I would too. I kind of feel like I want to do this one. I'm just annoyed by the fact that that's not working in terms of the light not being this weird yellow hue. But okay. There we go. I think I'm just gonna add some plants in here. I honestly couldn't tell you what to do with this space. And this space I'd like to convert. Actually, maybe what I should do is put the desk here for his little home office situation, or room office. Because, to be simple about this whole thing, right? Again, the whole place was designed for view. So my options are sort out this area and basically turn this, and then trash what's happening on this side, this side. Yeah, this side of his walk-in closet. Which I don't really want to do because it's pretty clear this is supposed to be a walk-in closet like this. And I feel like if I trash what's happening on this side, we lose that. But at the same time, I feel like if I move this over, I can put his little home office study thing here, and it gives him so much more space. And we can still decorate some here with like some plants and things. So I actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that, honestly. Oops. And obviously we still need to repaint and whatnot. I'm so sorry, I actually don't want to do that. Also, that was the right room, right? Yeah. There's so many just random kissed type things lying everywhere, and I don't really want it to all be like that. Okay, so let's get him. Again, his whole space is fairly modern, I feel like. So I think we can stick to a more modern type theme for this particular room. Just some lighter tones as opposed to the harsher, darker tones that I've been using. Yeah, I know it's weird to put it in the middle, but I mean, the PC is gonna be in the way anyway. Again, I'm sticking to an actual PC because I just feel like they're gonna walk off with each other's computers. All of these seats, right, these executive seats that they have here kind of suck, not gonna lie. Okay, we're sticking to a lighter palette in his room, so there we go. And then I'm gonna add a light for him. Actually, probably should use the same lights as what we used here, just for, you know, carrying things over kind of idea. That is a very odd light for a desk. I just need to point that out. It's such an odd light for a desk. Anyway, it's fine. I'm not gonna worry with it too much right now. I don't know how I feel about the carpet situation. Carpets are such a pain to keep clean, and I'd actually rather change this to wood. So I think I'm gonna do that. I know we have wood throughout the rest of the house, and that's probably why this is carpeted, but I'm not going to do the carpeting thing throughout this whole situation. So right, so I think all I need to do here now, we'll change that. We'll turn this into, by that I mean these blinds, change them to a more color appropriate option. So maybe we do a darker blue, which seems a bit odd, I know, but for some reason I feel like doing a darker blue, so I'm just going to. And flooring, and some wood flooring, because I just feel like I would prefer some wood flooring in the room. Maybe not that one. It's okay. And we'll carry it over into there. Also, at least are those two on the same wood, so that kind of works. I am going to try and change this though, because again, that's very old worldy, as is this mirror. So I'm going to try and fix that in a moment. And then the walls, I mean, we might as well carry on the blue theme right into that, so it's got some continuity. I'm gonna put some plants down here in a sec. I'm trying to think of a way to, oh right, that's the other thing I can put on here, is a mini these situations, which, by the way, I love these. Honestly, I absolutely love these. This is probably one of my favorite things in the game, sadly. Okay, nothing cutesy or like anything of that sort, because it's not gonna really tie in with him. So I'm just gonna add that there. And then I'm trying to think if there isn't a more constructive way to use this space, and honestly, I'm coming up a total blank, so don't think we're gonna be altering that very much. I'm also already at an hour and a half, so I'm just trying to push through, because it's literally this room and Skylar's room. I don't think I'm gonna be doing the cast makeover, which is unfortunate, but I will keep it in mind, and if an opportunity arises, I will definitely do a quick makeover for him and maybe go and make his parents. I think that is perhaps our next option. I don't want to do this because then it starts getting dark again, but also kind of works. Oddly, kind of works. Don't know how I feel about that, but I think I'm probably just gonna go with it, to be honest. Okay, let's go back to decorations. Like I said, Skylar's bedroom I'm probably not going to change too much, because I don't really feel like it needs to be changed all too much. That is a giant plant. Is this one just as big? Kind of. Also not very pretty. Yeah, I kind of feel like these might be the best for his room. Just something simple, although truth be told, I actually preferred those. So I'm probably gonna go with this. I'm just gonna change swatch. If I can. Okay, I'm gonna go with this darker wood kind of situation. I know it's not actual wood, I'm just looking like there, my head went wood. So that it kind of just pulls everything together. And we'll do the same one in this corner over here. Just to kind of put something there. Okay, last little section here. All I'm gonna do here, honestly, is just get him a better wardrobe, like a more modern wardrobe. And a more modern mirror. That's all I'm gonna do here. Let's have a look-see. I think there was some stuff still on this wall too, wasn't there? Yes, there was. So I am gonna have to be careful for that. But I just wanna try and update his... There you go. Something like this. That's very, very white. Like, I don't want it like clean white. That's a bit hectic. Not really finding a color there that I'm leaning toward, but I do think this is my best option. I mean, I could do these, but I'd actually rather take this away and replace it with these. Actually, I could do that instead. I mean, he can still have his mirror, and a full length one at that. I'm gonna leave these. However, I just realized that with she, being Skylar, has some shoe things here. He does not. So I'm just gonna yank this so it's easier to find than me trying to go through a million things of Cass to try and find it. And give him some shoes. And hope my game doesn't crash because I haven't saved. Oh my gosh. Yes, Nicole. There you go. And there. Okay. So now all we need to do is give him a nice mirror. And maybe a carpet, although at this point in time I'm kind of fed up with going through a million carpets. This song sounds like my life every 2 seconds. What am I doing with it? So I'm trying to just think what is going to be, this song is kind of annoying right now, what is going to be my best bet. I could do this, actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just a full scale all the way across ridiculously sized mirror. That is what I'm gonna do. I just feel like that kind of is perfect, not gonna lie. And it makes the tinier space look bigger, which I think is great. I think I'm also cutting through clothing, this mirror. Kind of, little bit. No, we're not going to see it in game, so I don't mind too much. It's just funny. Okay, anyway, getting back to life. Hold on, I just noticed, I know we repainted the walls, but for some reason, these walls didn't get painted. And I don't know why. So let me just fix that situation. Oh, no. No, no. That was not supposed to happen. Excuse. Why you? Oh my goodness. Freaking gracious. Freaking me. Okay, it's fine. We'll fix that. Didn't I had the walls done too? Man. Now I'm gonna try and use my fish memory brain to remember what the heck I had as the walls in the bathroom. Oh, man. Okay. Great, awesome, perfect. Let's go back to tiles. Oh might end up having to use a different wall purely because I can't remember what I did. Gosh darn it. Or did I leave the walls? I might have left them, to be entirely truthful. No, I didn't. Wait, I didn't. Didn't I put this up? No, it wasn't that one. It was like a really obvious, it's like a really obvious brick type effect. It's not this, but it might end up becoming this. Because I can't remember what I used. And that's kind of really frustrating. It's this one. It was this one. Okay, I have absolutely no idea why the game trolled me like that. But there we go. Extra work completed again. There we go. Now it is right. I have absolutely no idea why it did that to me. The little wall's also done. Okay, great. Perfect. My game's starting to lag, so I think I'm doing too much. Let me just save in case it crashes. Please hold 2 seconds. I really don't want to lose all of this progress. Oh, goodness gracious. We're so close to being finished. We're so close. As I said, I'm so sorry if I rushed some of this. I know it's not exactly up to the standard that a lot of other content creators are able to do, but I am just so worried that I'm going to run out of time in terms of my game just deciding to go, well, we decided you're done, and then just, you know, shutting down of its own accord, and I'm really worried that's gonna happen. That's the only reason why I'm really trying to rush this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, because I've now moved her things around quite a bit, I'm going to do away with this bathroom door. See, this is where, like, this is kind of okay to have it as a bathroom because it's got like that there. And I'm actually not gonna change this. I'm going to leave it, but I am still going to proceed with making it 2 separate bathrooms because I just, well, they're obviously 2 separate bathrooms, but what I mean is I'm going to proceed with keeping it as a distinct individual bathroom per person. Okay, I need my doors again. I'm just trying to establish what's going to be the best here. Could do that and that and that. That's fine. Okay, I think that's actually alright then. I'm gonna change this obviously, but layout wise this is fine, and I don't mind the color combination considering who's coming in here. And I know it's cliche black and red for the vampire, but whatever. That, however, is annoying that that's open, but I'm assuming there isn't going to be blinds that fit there, and that's why it's open. So that kind of is what it is. This I just want to move in to be more back. Yeah, there we go. I'm probably going to move this or change this to wood as well inside this bedroom, just because it's a personal preference, I suppose. I was putting these together just to see if it fits. And then this can go here. And I'm actually going to just move that out entirely. We don't really need it. And that way she also gets the ability to have a nice view out onto a terrace. We can put a nice little plant of some kind here just to decorate things up for her. Or we can move her bed up a little bit so she's not so squished into a corner. I'm going to change the bed and everything in a sec. I just am trying to get my head around placement. That should allow for some free flowing things. Like, I don't want to move the bed any closer because I'm scared I'm going to start causing routing issues. This actually should be fine, I think. I hope. Okay, moving along. I actually don't mind the bed, and it's a very decent bed. What I might just do is change the colors, not duplicate it. Change the color, perhaps. I actually kind of like the idea of maybe doing a green, but then I'm like, but her bathroom is red. So, I might just end up doing like a full black and red theme, which is not what I wanted to do. Was not actually my intention. Or maybe changing her bed out to this one might actually be an option for her. Let's get black and red, plain black. Maybe we can just do something like this, where it's not like, it's feminine looking and it's also old school, and but her bathroom is again so modern. I feel like I have to go with the modern route. I feel like, again, this was styled by his parents, and I just realized that I can't have the mirror there. This was styled by his parents, so it wouldn't make sense to have an older type setting in a house that is otherwise made completely modern. So maybe I still leave this just as like one oversight that no one caught, but everything else is a modern, classic, you know. And yes, you heard me kind of scoff. Oh, we need to fix that. I have nothing against modern things, like modern styles. I just sometimes feel like our more modern lifestyles mean that we're also we've developed this tendency to just go for things that are quick manufactures and not things that have real time and effort and dedication into them. And I guess I miss having the real effort and dedication that comes from older things, I guess. I realize I'm using something from the vampire pack, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like there's a lost beauty and a lost art in things that are not modern and not just your cookie cutter, run of the mill, out of the manufacturing plant kind of thing. But you know, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's not my style. And as we all know, we all have our own styles. And why will you not just go on the wall? What is it with this game? And it's not sitting with the wall situation today. And all I'm trying to do is get this done. Oh my gosh, for a minute I thought I'd left a arch or something there, and I was like, what have I done? But no, no arch. Are these things on the same level? I don't think so. Nope. What did I just do? What did I just do? Oh my. I'm so glad I saved. I think we're going to, I think I exited into, yeah. Okay, it's fine. Thank goodness we saved not so long ago, so I can just, it's just a few things that need to be redone. Okay, it's fine. That's fine. We'll be done soon. Also, beautiful loading screen, by the way. Check out the loading screen. Okay, we're back here. It's fine. It's all fine. I'm still recording. His walls are done. We are back to her things. It's fine. Everything is fine. Also, it looks like we actually didn't lose anything, which is even better. So we're good. let's lift these up, move this to, where to move this to actually? Maybe next to this? Can we raise it up a bit? There we go. I might just change the color. Freak noodle's sake. Yeah, to that one. Nice little burgundy. Okay, so because we just finish off the bathroom here, because there's so much darkness happening here, I actually want to go full dark, if I'm being honest, and use, jeez, sorry, that's me injuring myself. I kind of want to go full dark and just use these. Actually, I kind of really like it, which is surprising, because I don't tend to like these kinds of tiles in my game, but actually really like those, so I'm down to keep it like that. And then we need something to go on the walls. I almost want to use the same one we used in Caleb's room, because oh my gosh, I don't know what this game's deal is, but it's silently driving me insane, to be honest. No, these actually don't work with these, do they? So I don't want to get something like this, because I feel like now we're gonna go into the realm of like just dark, which actually I like it. Of course I do. This is me. I would like this. I actually like this. It's kind of over the top and ridiculous, if I'm being honest. It is a lot. It is excessively a lot, but I kind of really like this. So I actually think I'm going to keep it like this. I know it's over the top and excessive, but I, for some reason, like the way this looks. I mean, I'll have a look at other options, but I actually do like this. I hate that my game is insisting on doing that to me, though. Yeah, like, that doesn't look the same. Doesn't look as good. So I think I'm just gonna leave it with this, because I kind of really like that. Oddly enough, that I just can already see I'm gonna hate. Nope. I can't see any other options here that I might rather go toward. I could swap it, maybe. Oh my gosh, imagine doing this to yourself. I could swap it, maybe. That's about the only alternative, but I actually feel like the black primary looks better than the white primary. In terms of like, if I'm looking at it from the floor up, which unfortunately I have to do from this particular way, which is horrible, I know. But if I'm looking at it from the floor up, I kind of feel like the black works better. So I'm gonna just stick to the black and move on to the actual bedroom. So as I was saying before I gave myself a heart attack, which was thankfully short-lived, I feel like it would inevitably be, if an entire house is decorated in a modern style, then the entire house will be decorated in a modern style, and there won't be just one room randomly decorated as an older kind of classic style. So unfortunately, our poor sweet, or not so sweet, Skylar is going to also have a modern room. I feel like this is the one we had. Yeah, this is the one we had originally, and I don't really want to use that one. I also don't want to use the same bed that's in his room. I'd like to use something different, but the options. I love how this jumps from like 10, right? Like these are 5, like It just jumps. 5. Okay, this is 7. Energy 9. Energy 8. Energy 6. So this one's energy isn't as good. I think I'm probably gonna go with this one, honestly. Well, suppose, like, we didn't stick to a black and red theme there, so I don't see any reason to have to stick to one here. I also don't want it to be a cookie cutter of what's happening in his room. So green is a very big difference. I might end up leaving it blue. Unintentionally leaving it blue. Not with the sideboard and all that, but yeah, might unintentionally end up leaving this blue. Okay, let's see what we can do about the rest of these furnishings. Okay, sideboards. Again, we'll have to stick to something fairly modern. I could do these, but honestly, I don't want to. Could do this. Those are huge compared to this bed. And this? Okay, this could work, actually. Because this bed's so low to the ground. But I think we'll do that. Yeah. That at least looks like it makes sense. I also just realized if I'm gonna put her desk here with how low to the ground her bed is, she's not gonna see the city. And I'm kind of tempted to take away the fireplace because of it. I'd rather have this as open view for her and put the yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, I anyway kind of feel like it would have made more sense if they were sharing equally or something to that effect, if she would have like certain concessions that he doesn't have. But I don't feel like it makes sense for her to have a concession which he would have had to sacrifice for her to have, where they otherwise have the same things. His room is just slightly bigger, and even with a bigger room he doesn't get the same like things. So yeah, I do think I'll rather leave her view open. To be fair, I don't think she really has the best view in the world. She's looking down onto something. Oh, she's looking down onto where they do all their political speeches and whatnot. Probably not the best place to have a view, but yeah. Anywho, right. They had this thing in as the desk. I don't really like that. I also don't think it's gonna match the rest of what's going on here. I don't want to use the same one that was in his room. I'm kind of tempted to go with this one, but that doesn't make any real sense. Maybe something like this one, I suppose, kind of, sort of works. Her room is turning out to be more modern than he is, which is kind of strange. And unintentional, by the way. Okay, there we go. Grab the black one. I'm gonna sort out this whole situation in a moment. I know everything's getting very dark. I'm going to resolve that. I just want to do the basics here first, whilst I have some idea in my mind of what I would like to be doing. Go, and a nice lamp of some kind. I actually like, the more I'm looking at this, the more I feel so bad for Skylar, because this is not the world she's used to at all, obviously, and now she's being thrown into it, and she has zero comforts, absolutely none. Did I ever put the lights in the room? I don't think I did, but there's somehow light in this room, so I better check that. But yeah, she's been thrown into a world that she's unfamiliar with, and she has no way of having like creature comforts at the moment, because she had to just leave, you know. She didn't have the option to be like, oh, but I want to take this thing with me, I want to have something to comfort me. So I kind of feel really bad for her, actually. Okay, I'm gonna, as I said, I want to do wood for her, and I'm gonna change these also to be the darkest ones. Actually, there's a darker one than this one there. Oh, that's black though. Don't think I want to do black. Hello? just one random space. Why didn't they... I mean, they did it there. Why didn't they do it here? That makes no sense. I don't think I can do it. That is annoying. Okay. Yeah. So, oh, they did the same in his room, to be fair. Annoying, annoying, annoying. Okay. So, wood. We need wood. So, her wood I'm gonna make quite light, so that it can compensate for the ridiculousness of all the darkness happening in her life. Is there anything that's pretty much white? Because, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with this one. It seems to suit the overall very modern take on everything in this particular room. I'm gonna change these to be darker. I don't know why. Wow, they were placed in here as the lightest color possible where everything else is dark. Doesn't really make much sense to me. Okay, and then we just need to get some walls in. I'm gonna put a carpet in for her, and I think then we shall pretty much be done. Because, like I said, I'm very concerned that my recording is going to cancel itself. And I really, really would like not to lose all of this progress. Especially considering we're so close to being done. If this happens to cancel out right now and you don't see anything else further, know that not much is going to change and I'm not restarting this recording. So I'm sorry, but that will be the end of that video. I don't want to give her something super boring. I also don't want to give her something that looks oldish. Because, again, because of the fact that I just feel like the whole room or the whole house has been styled somewhat modernly. So I'd like to keep with that for now. You know, at some point it might change, but for now, I really think we need to do paint in her room. For now, I think it needs to be as the starting point would be, which is, unfortunately, in this instance, that Skylar's Caleb's parents had all the say, and, you know, they made the choices, and both Skylar and Caleb have to kind of just go with it. Oh my gosh, I've given myself the worst challenge to try and make this situation work. And it's not. Might just have to paint the walls white. And I don't really want to do that. Because I want to just break some of this. I really hope that didn't travel through to other things. Doesn't seem to have. I don't like how this, like, I love how this looks. What I mean is the overall look. I'm not liking. I don't want to use the same things that we use throughout the rest of the house. But I'm also having a really hard time finding something that suits. So all gonna have this ornate look to it. Just having a really hard time to find something that I feel like suits what's happening in this room. It looks so colorless and lifeless and just stagnant at this point. So I'm just trying to find, these also all look so old school and it's not what I'm wanting. We could just do full modern and do this. I don't know what else to do. Honestly, I don't know what else to do. I am actually on the verge of just going, yes, this, and calling it a day. Because I just don't know what to do with this right now. Like, I could do this, but then I feel like there's so much blue that I don't want to do that. It's just an overwhelming, exceedingly ridiculous amount of blue. Okay, I'm gonna do that, but then I'm gonna change her flooring. Because that has apparently no color swatches. EA, what's happening? No color swatches. Great. Okay. Everything has a pattern, which makes it kind of difficult with this. And again, I know there's just an exceeding amount of white. Oh, this one actually works. It's a little bit darker, so it breaks all that white. Okay, that's fine. Right. Decorations, carpets. Again, me and the carpets. There isn't lights in here. I'm sure of it. Yeah, no, there isn't lights in here. I'm gonna use the same lights in both bedrooms. Oh my gosh, it's daytime. No wonder. Please go back to nighttime so I can see what the lighting situation is. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna give her these lights as well. Like I said, use the same lights in both rooms. And then also light up her closet. I think we're just going to use the one, unfortunately, purely for the fact that it's a smallish space and I don't feel like you should be needing a million lights. Right, okay. So that's done and that's done. Back to our carpets. Carpeting, 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 carpeting. Meow. That one. It is 4:30 in the morning, by the way. I've been recording this for 2 hours, so you can imagine what time I started with this. Whew. So if I start sounding like an absolute cuckoo whack job, it is pure exhaustion starting to set in, and indications of me should have gone to bed, despite the fact that actually I don't sleep very much anyway, so it's kind of completely pointless for me to have gone to bed, and this is probably a much more constructive use of my time. But yeah, it could just be me losing my mind as a pure indication of it's way past the time that I probably should have been attempting to rest, and thus my body is just telling me it is time to rest, but also arcing out at the same time and going completely insane. Okay, it's a lot of blue, I know. I hear that it's a lot of blue, but I also feel like it's not... Oh, nope, that's not what I was trying to copy. It's not too excessive because there's so much other just black on black on black in this room. I kind of feel like the blue is absolutely necessary. Right. Next is still decorations, back to plants. And I actually want to kind of put a carpet in here too. Did I put a carpet in his? I didn't. I said I wanted to, and then I said I don't think I'm going to because I'm tired of looking at carpets. Right. Okay, I might go back into that and put a carpet in each of their walk-in closets because it gets cold in winter. You know, you look for a little something warm to stand on in winter, and when you're getting changed, there's nothing nicer than having that warm carpet to stand on, so you don't have to stand on an absolutely cold floor. With it being wood, it wouldn't be as cold as tile, but still. Okay, some nice foliage for Miss Skylar. I want to see if I can't, to a degree, just break some of this perpetual blue by adding in some other colors that completely contrast the blue somehow. Some of these plants are really big, and of course 9 times out of 10 I'll be looking for the like smaller plants, and I'll probably get the biggest plants you've ever seen. Absolute insult to a vampire. Put in a sun. I feel like that would be an insult to put sunflowers in for a vampire, but guess what? They don't know she's a vampire, so she just has to deal with it, doesn't she? But yeah, I kind of feel like whenever I'm looking for the big flowers, I get the small ones. And when I look for the small flowers, I get the biggest freaking flowers you can find. Like this. I thought this would be small and I could put it there. No, it's just a giant thing. The purple doesn't really break this very well. So, just trying to... So I'm just trying to find some common ground here, something to just break the blue and bring things to a little bit more of the dog is snoring so loudly. Bring things to a bit more of a less blues standpoint. My brain is shutting down. I'm so sorry. I'm losing my train of thought faster than what I can keep up with it. So I'm trying to get this done for everybody. Okay, that's done for those. I want to put like a little something there as well for her. I'm trying to think if I want to put a flower down because it's already so many flowers. Or if I would prefer to also want to put some version of artwork up on the bed behind her. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you. Go back in there. So obviously this is generically styled and not styled toward her. Specifically. So I kind of want to... Ooh, that's pretty. That's actually really pretty. Keeps it the whole blue theme, and it's also absolutely stunning, so I am okay with using that. And I think it's in the middle. Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not I want to put flowers there, or a trinket, or... what exactly I want to put there. Not shoes, but apparently I've got 5 kinds of shoes just popping up here. Might end up just doing books for her as well, honestly. I just don't know what to do for her quite yet. Obviously these things will change as time passes and they settle in and things change for them both, obviously. But for the time being, could we get like a... Well, these are my options. Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, her room is essentially now just plant central. Because I don't know what to do otherwise. So it's pretty much just plant central. I'm gonna get rid of this. A, it's an insult, and also B, it doesn't fit in. I would love to use this, but it's too small. So that's not gonna work. That's also too small. This is definitely big and also looks like a giant Easter egg, which ordinarily would not be a problem, but it definitely would not fit in this room whatsoever. That's too tiny. See what I meant when I said when I look for the bigger plants, I get the smallest freaking things? I think we're like almost at the end of the plants and I'm again just like, what am I doing? Here's more blue. I don't want blue though. Can we get away from the blue, please? Okay. I feel like that is all I'm gonna do because her room is basically turning into plant heaven, which honestly is not a bad thing, but also I just feel like it's turning into plant heaven because I don't know what to put into these spaces. So I'm going to quickly do a carpet for each of their, I say quickly do a carpet for each of their respective walk-in closets. Sure, that's fine. And his, which would be considerably smaller. See what I meant when I said like concessions? He has to give up the bigger closet. He would have given up the fireplace. He would have pretty much given up the main advantages of the other room just to have a slightly bigger room. That doesn't really make sense. So I'm kind of glad that I just took away all that other stuff. His room is primarily like a very light color. That's okay. I actually like that too. I was gonna put a carpet there, but I actually think that's a bit much. Okay, that is it. I am done. I'm finished. The recording is amazingly still going, and I've said the words I'm finished. So at this point in time, I consider this a success, or as at least as successful as it's going to get. I'm going to switch this over into daytime so we can have an actual look. This is... Hold the phone. We are not entirely done quite yet because there is no light in the bathroom and it's not allowing me to put the light where I would like to put it. Oh my gosh. I also think she has a talking toilet, by the way. Okay, can we just please? Okay, you know what? Never mind this one. One light is enough in that tiny freaking space. And I also am pretty sure that all of these lights are on different levels. Out of just me purely trying to finish up before the game goes, we're done. Or my OBS goes, we're done. Okay. I think we're done. I think that's all on the same level. What is... Oh my gosh, we're not done. We're not done. Oh my goodness gracious me. Why did it do that? There we go. Am I now done? Okay. I think I am done with everything. This whole thing. Right, so from the bottom to the top. Our little originally first started tiny bathroom, which obviously no one would have seen. I'd love to do a before and after, but again, I don't have the editing software or the skills, so unfortunately it's just gonna be, you see what you can see now. If you want to see what it looked like before the time, if you have the game, just load a new save and go into VIII Landgraab and you will find it is the empty apartment. That is the one that I renovated. So that's how it looked right at the beginning, right? Here is our bathroom. Bathroom? Our kitchen just became a bathroom. Okay. Tiny bathroom that we added on. Little ensuite for guests. Our renovated kitchen. There is our renovated small dining room area, which I feel like probably should be bigger, but for now this is alright. Our renovated lounge or sitting area. Our tiny little reading nook, which I actually really enjoy. A little, or like enjoy in terms of I think it's really cute and I'd love to have this one day for myself. Not exactly like this, just a reading nook. Our tiny little covert computer station right over there. Our terrace, which has been redone to match the main area more or less, with a cute little planter right over there for if anyone has an interest in the planter. Then we have Caleb's. I mean, I suppose we should actually go in order, right? So then we did our tiny little foyer area, which really is just wasted space, but what can you do? One day if there's ever kids, they can just make that space a mess and then it's no longer wasted. Problem solved. Then we have our renovated area, which we completely redid from a what seemed to be lounging kind of area. I'm gonna move this back because no one should be on top of a TV like that. What seemed to be like a kind of relaxation reading area, which I've now turned into a in-house gym for both of them to use, but primarily as a result of Skylar needing to, not Skylar, Caleb needing to pursue perfection. I'm also gonna, while I'm doing this, maybe change that. There we go. And I also want to change that one. There we go. That makes me feel a little bit better. I renovated a bathroom for Caleb, who will be in this bedroom and this section. My bad. There we go. So this is his bathroom. Caleb's bedroom with a little... We shall pretend he took down the really fancy art that was up here and he put this poster up instead as a start to his rebellion, slowly pulling away from his parents, even though they basically funded this place for him to get started in. He's already pulling away from them and trying to find himself. His walk-in closet area with his enormously big and unnecessarily so mirror for him to stare at himself all day, however long he wishes. I also just realized that there is no towel rack in this bathroom, as there is in Caleb's. Oh no, there is, right over here. That's very far away from the bath though. So, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create another towel for this space there. And then, because of the fact that's then 2 towels, one for bathroom, one for shower, one for bath, I'm going to do the same for Caleb over here. There we go. Still doing renovations even while we're doing the tour. Okay, so that's Caleb's room, all finished and done. Here is Skylar's potential bathroom, where she for some reason has a talking toilet, but we won't worry about why it is that she has it. Really? Why she has a talking toilet and Skylar or Caleb has just a regular old everyday toilet. That's alright. She's probably going to get lonely. She's going to need someone to tell her secrets to while she's living alone here and hiding her secrets. So there we go. There is that. Here is the bedroom for Skylar and her walk-in closet right over here. Okay, and that is everything. That is the entire renovation, everything done, everything finished. My OBS behaved itself long enough for me to do the renovation, to get it done finally after so many attempts, and I can now finally go rest. It is 4:45 in the morning and I have been recording this, as you will see when you watch this recording, for 2 minutes or 2 hours and 16 minutes, and that is after all the failed attempts of trying to get this recorded. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the renovation. I know it wasn't the best. I am not the most skilled and I'm not going to pretend to be, but for the time being I feel like this is satisfactory for a start and it's a place to grow from. So I would love to have been able to do much better, but I do believe it is going to take considerably more time and effort and years of experience in doing this before I get to the same level as so many other custom content creators or content creators. I don't know why I keep saying custom content because my brain's focused on custom content. Other content creators who make amazing videos and do amazing renovations and amazing restyles of EA homes and places, but this is me and this is where I start, and if nothing else we now have something to go off of, where if I'm still doing this a year down the line, hopefully with better resources and the ability to edit videos so you don't have to watch me do this for 2 hours, then we can see if I have progressed, and if I have, by how much. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you stuck around for this long, you freaking deserve a drink, because this was probably as exhausting for you to watch as it was for me to do. But if you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to force that on anyone. If you're interested in my videos and would like to get notified of when more come online, please subscribe. And yeah, thanks for just watching all of this chaos. And if you'd like to watch me live on Twitch, I am live on Twitch under the handle Grim Pixie every Friday and Saturday at 11 PM CAT. I hope to see you all there, and I hope that my skills get much better so that I can one day render a really good, proper renovation for you all as a reward for having watched this ridiculously long and somewhat underwhelming home renovation. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to say good night because I don't know what else to end with. So thanks for watching and good night.